Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. I've got some kind of coming up videos that I've got to record just so it's going to make sense doing what I'm going to do. And I'm going to start by talking about this knife right here. Wenger Blades Aphid Tracker. $242. Alright, first off, it's 100% worth it. Like I would buy another one. I like trackers. This is a sleeker tracker. This is Dave Wenger's style tracker, which is fantastic. If you haven't ever had a blade made by Dave, they're wonderful. He has his own style, and this is definitely in the ballpark of his awesomeness. So this is the Aphid tracker, and when you get it, it comes with the blade with a couple different color choices of scales, and they're just flared tubes. Micarta, I think these were like a red orange. I don't know which. I think they're listed as orange, but they're kind of red too. And a sheath, so you'll get a neck carry kydex sheath, and they're also pocket and belt carry deep kydex sheath options with the knife. I just got the neck style carry kydex. I went with the same setup. I'm on like a hill here. I went with the same setup as I do the rest of my neckers. Got a beard hair in it, it looks like. An all fat wood, a whetstone ferro rod, a glow stick, a safety pin. It's got one of the high carbon steel strikers behind the deal there. Good setup, couple Ranger bands. That's how I like it. Also went with, and it's just on a breakaway paracord lanyard, I went with a glow nut from Who Is Citizen E and a small piece of heat shrink and just a simple overhand knot. But this gave me just about a full grip, even though I can only get 3 fingers on this thing. But most of the time, when this small, you use it in a pinch grip most of the time anyway. I found I do anyway. I don't know how you guys do it, but it works wonderful for me. The price, $242, is totally reasonable. I think these are Nitro V. I can't remember. They're 3V or Nitro V. Guaranteed forever. And they're ridiculously sharp. Dave does a good job with all of his designs. This is the like I said, the smallest of his trackers. He's got some that are like this big. And I might play with one of those one day too, but this thing gives you all of kind of the special features of a tracker, minus the saw on the top. Some people don't like the saw, but I think it's pretty handy if you're doing notches. You can just drag it a couple times across your material and then peck it out to do a notch or whatever. I think that's handy. This one will make a baton last a whole lot longer. It will scrape a ferro rod very well. It's got a 90-degree spine on it, and it's super sleek. So there's not any secondary bevels on this stuff. It's just ready to rock and roll. And I really like this design, especially this size. I have an Aphid too, and the Aphid's really small. It's not much bigger than the handle on this one itself. And this is, size-wise, we're looking at approximately 6 inches overall length, maybe 6 and a... Now about 6 inches overall. It's got about 2.5 inches of edge there, and the handle is about 3.5 inches long. A good size, great neck carry, I think. This is the one that I've been carrying recently, so it's not too far out of a neck. Almost the same. This one's actually a little longer than this one, but there'll be some info on this cub coming up a little later. But really cool option, especially if you're looking at getting a Wenger knife as one of your like grail knives. And this has the ability of the you can do the muskox locks, is what everybody calls them. Everybody gets scared about cutting towards yourself, but you just don't go crazy with it. Like, it's just like peeling an apple inside. You don't carve away from yourself the whole time that you're carving an apple. This is the muskox locks, and you can get a much longer piece, and you can get on it a little faster. This piece is just short, so I'm not gonna just get snatching on this razor sharp dude. It's gonna be hard not on that. I've already whittled a bunch on this dude too. But you can do curls. Whichever way you want to do them. You can pull it, or you can just use either one of the edges to carve. I'm trying to keep it. I like to squat down and hold my knife static and drag my material over the top of it, especially with a knife this small. But I'm not going to change the camera angle just to show you how I make curls sometimes. But I'll hold it and drag my. I need a fresh piece of material. But it will definitely make some curls if you have a better piece of material. As soon as you start carving on one a little bit and you put all these little, like, almost like facets in it, these little flat spots, it's tough to get a good straight curl without it falling off. But I'm a firm believer that curls on the ground burn just as good as a feather stick, so it's like the same thing. They're easier to make, in my opinion. But it's a great option, especially when you want to just play around and try something new. Trackers are hard to love sometimes for some people. You know, they're either big monsters like the ones from Tops, or, you know, there's a, what size? It's was the smallest tracker, maybe a micro tracker is what it's called. That Dave let Boker use his design, and they made a fantastic little budget-friendly tool. It's like $80, I think, with the sheath. It's a lot of fun too. It's just like twice the size of this, maybe not even full twice the size, but it's fun if you're looking at getting into playing with a tracker, just to kind of see how it goes. I'm not going to recommend getting one of the $10 ones off Amazon, because if it's a super duper crappy knife, that's not going to take away, you know, that's going to immediately make you think that they're garbage. So I would prefer, I like them, so I don't care what you guys do. But if you want to try it, get you a decent one to try it with, or borrow one from somebody or something, just to give it a shot. Because once you put some time in with it, you realize that it's a pretty decent tool. It's fun to use. But all that being said, this knife, figure if it's $242, if it's shipping, you figure it's $245, $247, something like that. Well, I went through and bought budget bushcraft gear, and I'm going to be comparing it to different one purchase items that's the equivalent in cost as these whole items. So the entire box of stuff that's coming up in the beginning bushcraft set is $260. So I based it off of this knife right here. And there's a couple other ones that are, $200, $220 that I can show you. You can get this whole box of stuff, including several knives in the box, 2 knives anyway, for the price of just this. Or you can get this and this and this. Just kind of going to go back and forth with it. So I wanted to get a base down that the entire box of stuff that I got is based on this knife's price. And if you do like doing bushcraft, I completely would go with one of those. That's probably my dog's trying to kill my chickens. No! Butch! Don't be bad. What is that? Rascal? Sorry. Anyway, don't knock them till you try them. And I mean try them. Like, don't like carve the end of a tent stake and be like, oh, it's garbage. Give it a little while, play with it. Fantastic aphid tracker. Alright, I gotta go do some other stuff. Thanks for watching. Appreciate all your support on my videos. It's been a long time coming, but like I said, I finally got some internet so I can do some stuff now. But I appreciate the support. Any questions, drop them down below. Comments or concerns. I know somebody's going to talk about me cutting towards myself, but that's okay. I'm comfortable with doing that. Like I remember I bled my own blood poking my finger in a possibles pouch. So stuff happens sometimes. Feel free to like and subscribe. Check out my Instagram at Bushcraft Kelso. I've got to figure out how to link it all in my stuff so I don't have to say this every time. If you're looking for stuff like these kits, glow nuts, bushcraftkelso.com, got them and more stuff and things and stuff. And all right, look, y'all have a good Friday, have a good weekend, be safe, enjoy yourself. Later.